Okay, this is part 3 of January 21st, 2013. HRM Caesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte, Emperor of the United States of Turtle Island, which I overthrew in October 1996, renamed the United States Turtle Island because that was the original name one of the tribes in the new continent called their country. The white man never asked the Indians, can we name your country? The guy that stuck a Medico Vespucci's name on the continent and called it America never asked any of the native peoples, do we have permission to name your country America? So in homage to them, in respect to the native peoples, I returned the name, got rid of the name America and returned the name of Turtle Island, because only the natives have the right to name this place. The people who came here did not. Now, that's one thing. The other thing, I didn't overthrow the country and say I wanted to be emperor because I'm on an ego trip. I did that in the name of all the innocent children who have been killed by your tax dollars. Blasphemy because you spend money with God's name on it, according to your religions, not mine, and you give it to the military and they use it to kill children. Okay? So 75% of your tax dollars, with the name of God and coins and bills, are spent to pay the taxes. That's a blasphemy. You're using not God's name in vain. And then you're also contributing to the deaths of innocent children. In Matthew 18:6, it specifically says, whoever does harm to any one of these little ones, better they tie a millstone to their neck and be tossed into the sea than to face what, in my interpretation, the last part of that says, if your eye offends thee, if your hand offends thee, cut it off. It's better you enter heaven with less one hand or less one eye than enter heaven with contaminated part of your body that has done damage to a child. But I interpret that as saying it's better to drown in the sea with a millstone around your neck than to face what God is going to do to you, if you believe in God, if the God principle. But that's not what we're talking about. I mean, that is what we're talking about, but that's not the complete reason that we're talking about. So I overthrew the country in the name of all the innocent people that have died, the innocent DNA that could have grown up to become a contributor to our terrible, terrible, sad situations. That it's been windy here, that's why I keep sniffing. It's like really bad. So all of this could have been prevented. The oil spills, the droughts, all the innocent people dying in these massacres with the guns, because I have the invention that would have stopped any shootings like that. I also, and this was as far back as 1990, for those of you who say that I'm irresponsible because I should have offered that, if I cared that much, if I was such a caring soul, I would have talked about that idea for free. Free? Really? After the same government has violated my civil rights and the feds won't investigate it at all? There should be no statute of limitation on any civil rights that you claim has been violated at all. But that's what you people did. And it was a repeat process. You kept doing it to me over and over and over again. Whether it's the state of California, the city, the county, it doesn't matter. You did it in ways that were repeated. So who needs to be punished for this? There can be no statute of limitations on any accusation of a civil rights violation that has taken place. Now, the government will tell you, we don't have the manpower to investigate every civil rights violation. We have to put a control factor on top of some of it. No way, buddy. I don't care what level of government you're at. You can't do that. And you can't make a person have to file an administrative claim and become a slave to a lawyer paying $300 an hour to prove that their civil rights have been violated. No. That's not the way it's supposed to work. You people in government are all evil. And that's why Obama will never answer my YouTube. The media will never answer my YouTube. You're all evil. You all participate. The workings of a democracy are the workings of many people. Consenting adults, consenting taxpayers, allowing this to take place over and over and over and over again. You know what worries the government? They really want to know, hey, you know, I know this is what they say behind closed doors. Caesar has more inventions. He's got more information in that head of his, and we're trying to extract it because he's done 400 videos. Out of 400 videos, he might have made a few mistakes on the tip of my tongue. And those mistakes are being recorded, or have been recorded, and they pay people to do this. If I had the money that they paid people to interpret all the things that I've said and catch some of the mistakes I've made, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in another country. That's how much money they've paid these people. They'd rather do that than to approach me on national TV and say, okay, Caesar, you're right. Yeah, we have been doing that. Yeah, you're right. We're a little scared of you because if you had any power, you had your foot in the door of power and authority, we're scared that you would screw us over. I'll take my glasses off for this. Yes, I will definitely screw you over. Like for decades, I will search you out like you did Obama. I will search you out like the Roman army looked for Hannibal for years till they finally caught him. Because you are the people that are evil. Okay? You getting that? Get the good look into my eyes. Because those eyes have tons of scars from my civil rights being violated. Get a good look, camera. You are the evil ones, not me. And I intend to get even with every last one of you. So yeah, there's a damn good reason why they are making sure that I stay on the street, that I continue to lose my things. They know exactly how it's all set up. They know how excessive the storages are and how I have a 2-in-1 chance of losing everything I've ever worked for. Counting the stuff I have now, they've already made me lose all the most important stuff, including the property I had in Colorado. Now, I don't want to build anything here. I'm casting myself like Moses now. I want to leave. And you have no right. You have no right to have kept me prisoner here, along with all the other people that don't want to be here, that don't have the money to leave. We don't want to know you. You are evil, Obama. Mr. Obama. You think that you, the Congress, the Senate, the state legislatures, the governors, the mayors, the crappy police departments, you think that you are right because you enforce, quote unquote, the law? No, it isn't the law. It's the color of law. And you selectively pick which laws you want to use against people like me. I don't like you. I will never, ever like you. You are all evil. You deserve every bit of violence that anyone can do to you, personally. You deserve every bit of cancer your kids might come down with. You deserve every bit of heartache because you ignored people like me. Now that you've made me lose a lot of my possessions, even though you like to separate responsibility for things. You love to do that. Let's separate that responsibility. The powers, the separation of powers. Like Dianne Feinstein's letter to me. Oh, we can't, Mr. Buonaparte, we can't interfere in local affairs. That's not allowed. Really? Even if they violate my civil rights? Oh, I see. You have that all worked out. In other words, I have to go become a slave to an attorney, pay $200 an hour for 7 years to fight in the lower courts, all the way up to the higher courts, including appeals and everything else, to finally get to the Supreme Court and prove that you people violate my civil rights. How much older am I? Can you give me back the 5, 3, or 7 years that it takes me being a slave to some crappy piss-ant attorney, blood-sucking attorney, paying them to try to fight my civil rights? I thought all those people buried in Arlington Cemetery during World War I and World War II had already fought for our civil rights, defeating Hitler and the Axis powers. I thought they already did that. And then it was left to the future generations to properly interpret what is a civil rights violation and what is not. And what is a color of law civil rights violation and what is not. You are all evil. ABC, CBS, NBC, the media, the Bilderbergs, the rich people, you all need to be put out to pasture. But you know, there's too many of you. You're in power. You are pulling all the strings. People like me, I don't have a bit of power. But I'll tell you this, if I had magical powers, I'd blind every last one of you. Every one of you, including the police, the real criminals. I'd blind every last one of you, including the nutcases. I'd blind every last one of you. And then the rest of the people who truly are not bad people could walk around very free. And when we hear a blind person saying, please help me, we can honestly turn to them and say, well, I'm glad Caesar didn't take away your hearing because you're definitely going to hear this the rest of your life. I know what kind of person you are because you're blind. We don't want to help you. That's what I'd do if I had absolute real power. That way, you will never be able to do this ever again. And that would include James Holmes and whoever, even if it was conspiracy. Like I said, I have the invention that could stop all of that. And the oil spills, and the droughts. I'm being honest with you about this. I own those inventions, and you will never, ever be able to make the wheels in motion. You will never be able to recreate these inventions because they are safeguarded by the fact that there are certain things that I've left out, including some things involving quantum physics that haven't been discovered yet, that I did discover, and you're not privy to any of it. So it's your loss. While you are making me lose my things, not safeguarding my life, you are losing things much more precious. So get ready, America. You're going to experience a lot of bad stuff. Remember what I said in the past? For every bad thing that happened to me, worse things were going to happen. I repeated this over and over again. The Aurora shooting then happened. I predicted that. And then I predicted the Sandy Hook shooting. Predicted the Superstorm Sandy. And the connection between both having the same names. You people cannot do what I do because you can use all the computers you want. They have a computer called the Sequoia computer that it would take half the world's population working on calculators doing 1 million bits of operation per second in order to equal what the Sequoia computer can do by itself. Check it out on the internet if you don't believe me. It's called the Sequoia computer. That's how many bits of information per second it's capable of doing. Now, that being said, the human brain is far more intelligent than that. It's far more vast. So if I've made a discovery, and I have, several discoveries by the way, and I own them all, and you people are in big trouble, because I know exactly what's going to happen. I know what day, what hour, I know where everything is going to take place. Remember the movie Knowing, where they get Nicolas Cage? And no, it wasn't Knowing. It was Next is the name of the movie. And Nicolas Cage is hired by the police department because he has the ability to predict future events. I've already done that on my YouTubes. You go to the YouTubes, check them out. You'll take notes if you have to. You'll find out. I know exactly when. And so long as bad things are happening to me, you get nothing. Think about that. Because you got some real problems headed towards you. And I know when and where they're going to take place. And I'm glad when they happen to you because no one lifts a finger to help me. Bye. You think I'm a fool and a nut? You'll see in the next, what is it? I said it's January 21st. Between now and the end of the month, real bad stuff's going to happen. I also talked about the Lone Wolf program, about the fact that now the FBI, CIA, and all the fusion centers are going to have trouble finding out who's going to be the next person to attack because they're all going into the singular Lone Wolf program. That means that each person who plans an attack, no matter how crazy they are, does it on their own. They don't share any information. They're simply just going to do it. They don't care if they're going to die. They just do it. That's what James Holmes did. That's what Lanza and whoever else was connected with him did. That's what the whole scam operation did. You people don't realize there are people walking around right now that know about events ahead of time. Too bad you people didn't listen to me years ago. None of the road that you're on, that America is on, Turtle Island, would never have gone down that road. See you later. My next recording will be after the next event takes place, and I've left no clue in any of these 3 recordings. There isn't one clue in there. I've made sure to make sure that none of you know what's going to hit you. Bye.